Hi guys, this is a follow-on from a video, and this is probably one of the most disturbing videos I've ever made in the history of my life on the internet. And it follows on from a video that Dave Cullen released on his Restored Computing Forever channel regarding people uploading their dead loved ones into the AI so they can have conversations with them or imagine them in the afterlife and so on. I cannot stress how dangerous this is for the human soul. And occasionally I will see something that will make me very, very happy that I'm not a Christian. And this is it. There's a video has been released of Charlie Kirk in heaven with Jesus, singing songs and meeting Jesus. And it's just one more flavor. Like, this is hyperkill, that it killed the poor man in front of his children with a bullet. And now these Christians have probably killed his soul as well. Now you can laugh at this all you want, but this is appalling. I mean, Charlie Kirk see what happens is this is a form of AI necromancy or digital necromancy, and what takes place is the etheric body still is present in this reality. It hasn't transmigrated onto whatever your theological expectations are, heaven, reincarnation, whatever it suits you. The esoteric body floats around in this reality for a while, sometimes for a long time. Now, I'm talking about months now, and in a state of what's called bardo, and then it moves on. Now, this is how ghosts are made. They're trapped in this reality and haven't moved on. There's a lot of truth to that. You have an etheric body, which is the sort of you in a spiritual form that you had in this present life. So while you're dead and you're walking around visiting your loved ones, you still have the same psychology, personality, view of yourself, but you're no longer mortal. You're now basically a spirit, but you still have that sense of identity of who you were. You haven't fully moved on. And this is common in all spiritual beliefs everywhere. You haven't moved on to whatever the next stage is. And this is often how people manifest in front of their loved ones to help them grieve. Lots of people who they've lost someone very close to them often see their beloved departed in like what they would call a hallucination, where they're actually seeing them. They will also appear as birds, particularly robins. Now, I know this is going to sound like nuts to you, but that's what happens, okay? You ask anyone who's lost a very close partner or child or something, they start seeing robins everywhere. Why robins? I don't know. Highly symbolic, spiritual bird, I don't know. Now, an important thing is not to mess or interfere with the etheric body while it's in the state of bardo. You must basically allow it to go through the cycles of this reincarnation thing and move on, okay, into the next spiritual stage, whatever that is. If you create a facsimile in either a puppet or a painting that's of the person being alive, you can actually damage that soul before it moves on. So the worst thing you could do is to create a moving AI image of them, especially one that's, because what you're doing then is you're taking their etheric body and transferring it into AI. I know this sounds amazing and nuts, but this is what happens. Now, this is an appalling fate for this individual, because what happens then is this individual this can no longer move on, and it's constantly in danger of the etheric body of dissipating, basically dying the ultimate death, nothing. Okay, and how they get around this is literally vampirism. John Michael Greer has written very well on this in his book Monsters. That they basically, that the vampire basically lives off other people's life force. It literally. No, I'm not saying this happened, Charlie Kirk. I'm saying I hope it fucking didn't. And this is why you Christians, with your terror of the fucking the occult and everything, often do more danger than harm. Unless this was done for real as some kind of double hyper killing him on Earth and killing his soul. And this is, this what? So the video is the most. I'm not even going to. I'll use the screenshot from one of it, but I'm not even going to post it because I would prefer. You have to look at it. Look at it for a second, okay, and then switch it off, okay. All the Christians are all saying Charlie. This is proof that Charlie is in heaven. No, Charlie's in the mainframe. We hope not. We hope he's moved. Either he has moved on already, or his etheric body is still in a state of bardo in this reality. But this is part of this AI necromancy that I was starting to worry about a few years ago. And remember, they were saying animate the photographs of your dead loved ones, and you saw the picture of their grandmother be moving and stuff like that. Very creepy, very NPC thing to do, because the NPC doesn't know the difference between a dead person and a moving video, because the NPC isn't really alive themselves. So that was the warning shot. Every NPC was animating their granny and things like that. And those people have long moved on, we hope, so that their etheric body could not have been trapped in this reality. But Charlie Kirk probably could still well be in the state of bardo and has not moved on yet. And these Christians created these AI things of him being in heaven. No, he's not in heaven with Jesus. He's in the internet. He's in the cloud. He's trapped in there, okay? And the only way he stays alive is by feeding off other people's life forms. I'm not saying he's evil or anything, but this is what happens to the or it's either that or he dissipates completely. So well done, Christians. Well done. Well, I'm not saying all Christians. Well done, American Christians. Okay. Well done, these born again fuckwits. I'm continue to attack, mock, and hate us pagans, because every hatred you have of pagans is a badge of honor for us, because I don't want you types anywhere near us. You actually are performing AI necromancy, witchcraft on so-called fellow Christians, and you're so stupid that you'll blame pagans. No, it's your fault.